The Vilnius Vikings have sealed their ticket into the Korisliiga finals, where they will face off against the number 1 seeded Korisliiga Basket. Throughout their run to the finals, 6'8" athletic forward Brian Griffin has been a consistently dominant force who, throughout the season, has averaged about 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks, converting on 63% of his field goals, all in just 25 minutes per game. This man is just dunking the ball left and right, throwing down lobs, snatching offensive rebounds for putbacks, and providing tremendous value on the defensive end of the court as well. While his numbers have been fantastic, Griffin's overall impact, from the plays he makes to the energy he brings, has made him easily one of the most valuable players in the league this season. So let's take a look at what he's done this year and how his game could potentially uplift the Vikings to a championship by the season's end. Firstly, I'll have you take a look at a few things. Let's start with Brian's shot chart this year. You'll notice that the vast majority of his shots come from right around the paint, where he's really just been unstoppable this year. Also, check out this list. This shows us all teams in Korisliiga ranked by assists per game. Vilnius is unsurprisingly right at the top. Now, there are a few notable playmakers up and down this roster, but Jeremiah Wood, who has the highest assists per game for any single player this season, is the root of many Griffin's buckets in the paint. Wood's vision to spot cutters and make passes in tight windows, matched with Griffin's awareness to move to space at the right time, has led to countless dimes from one half of this duo to the other. Regardless of who the culprit is, Griffin sneaks his way into what he recognizes to be open space, and once he's in there, he's just a bit too powerful to contain and too polished to miss. What's helped him is that he's always active when the ball's not in his hands. With his what seems to be unlimited athleticism and stamina, Griffin's always moving and trying to make the job of the playmakers on the team as easy as possible. Watch him here call for the lob on this play, come down with it, and then flush it through. I mean, he's literally telling his guys to pass him the ball. It doesn't get much easier than that. He does this sort of stuff very often. He gets to his position and calls for the ball. That's just simple basketball, and it can't get any easier for the guards. Watch him here patiently wait for his defender to come help. Then right when he notices an opportunity, he cuts right in time for an easy 2. I don't know if this give and go action was planned between anybody but Griffin and himself, but I could promise you that jelly layup absolutely wasn't. All of this makes Brian Griffin a force in the pick and roll. His energy is far too much to handle. He's so explosive and large that he doesn't need any space to throw it down when he's in the paint. Whether it's a lob pass from a guard that requires coordination and explosiveness, or a deceptive slip screen that requires speed and, well, deceit. Griffin's just got it all, an unfair target as a screener. Brian's also ranked number 8 in the league in rebounds per game and number 6 in the league in offensive rebounds per game. Keep in mind, he's playing just 25 minutes per game, so that's pretty crazy production in such a short amount of time. This man's motor just never stops running. Watch him just soar for this rebound and just bully his way into the putback. Well-deserved flex there. This man is just a tower down low, scooping up the scraps of his teammates, and once he's close enough to the basket, it's basically all but over. And there's not much opponents can do with a 6'8" athletic machine skying in for putback dunks. Now, Griffin's 3-ball needs a bit more of developing. He's hit a few threes over this season, but it's been on fairly low volume. Instead, he's been quite impressive from the mid-range. He has a nice touch on his jumper and he gets solid lift on each shot, which has brought an extra element to his offensive game, keeping defenses guessing with a few pick and pop free throw range jumpers and an occasional fadeaway in the post. Like I said, the touch is there and he's not a player that defenses can leave open from that range. On top of being an offensive powerhouse, Griffin's defensive impact matches what he brings on the other end. He's an incredible athlete, but he's also pretty gifted mentally. He's patient as a rim protector, not committing fully to the guard here until he notices he's going to shoot. He then blocks the shot and then also stuffs the next guy. Awesome stuff there. Watch him just stick with this guard, not allowing any creak for penetration. Then he just barely swats that shot away. A lot of Griffin's defensive ability comes down to his motor. He doesn't stop shuffling his feet and he plays past his own energy, and as the leading scorer of this team, that sets an awesome example for the rest of the group. Basically, Griffin's out there blocking a ton of shots, but he's much more versatile than a traditional big because oftentimes he's quicker than opposing guards, and even when he isn't, he's going to outwork them. He doesn't block every single shot inside, but there's no chance you'll get by Griffin without him giving you a really tough contest. Brian Griffin's two-way impact has been felt all season for the Vikings, and with the most challenging part of the season approaching against the #1 seeded team in the league, who many would argue are the title favorites, I'm talking about Kauhajoki of course, Field Boss will need every bit of Griffin's game to be top-notch if they want to win. And if he's on, I got my money on them. Brian Griffin is just too big, too strong, too athletic, and too talented to handle. Now, if you want to watch Griffin and the Vikings take on the toughest battle of the season in the finals, make sure to buy tickets or watch live on Ruutu+. But if not, I'll be covering the entire series here on YouTube, so subscribe to our channel Basket Finland and follow Korisliiga's socials, which will be linked in the comments below, because I promise you won't want to miss the finale of this season.